Hello, friend. I, along with many of you, have my heart both sad and full on the news that Jimmy Carter has died. He was 100 years old, and as the creator of the Loneliness Course, I have often thought about him and how he lived and what that says about good health and well-being. The greatest predictor of health at 80 is the quality of a person's relationships at 50. That's from the Harvard study of adult development. And I do believe that President Jimmy Carter demonstrated that. He was a man that focused heavily on relationships with his God. I heard him in a repeat of an interview say that during the time he was president, he spent more time on his knees than any other time in his life. He lived a humble existence, teaching Sunday school and connecting with people in his local community. He was generous with his time. I've seen a video of him going up and down the aisle of a plane, greeting people who would want to shake his hand. And I just am in awe of how, as famous and well regarded as he was, he chose to live his life focusing not on money and wealth, but on justice and making relationships right. He was an engaged and kind man who put relationships ahead of property and wealth. He brokered peace agreements. He spent time with leaders, getting to know them, and he was able to develop trust with them because of the sort of man that he was. And those peace agreements live to today, and it demonstrates to us those peace agreements, that complicated, nuanced agreements affecting many people are first born out of establishing relationships where you get to know people, they get to trust you, and you show up with the promise that you won't mislead or lie. That's the sign of engaged, connected, and meaningful relationship. I think one of the things that I have known about Jimmy Carter and have loved the best was his commitment to Habitat for Humanity. He volunteered alongside many others to build homes for people who needed homes and who just needed a hand up, who were committed to contributing their time to their house and to future other homes, that they were going to pay those houses off and build the future for Habitat for Humanity. It's a wonderful organization that just is so powerful in its model, where they, like I said, give people a hand up, not a hand out. He volunteered his time building. Remember that one picture where he has an incredibly black eye from a recent fall, and he showed up. There's no doubt he couldn't swing a hammer in the way that he used to, but he still showed up because the speed of the work is less important than just simply showing up. It says something to other people when you show up, and it does something for you. I don't think it's any coincidence that Jimmy Carter had the longest marriage of any president and lived to be 100 years old, because we know from the research that connection is important to life and living. When you're meaningfully connected to others, it helps not only your mental and emotional health, but also your physical health. Jimmy Carter helped his own life be as long as it was by his commitment to connecting in a profoundly humanly way, where he gave others dignity, he looked people in the eye, and he showed up. And that made a difference. At this time, when we remember Jimmy Carter, and as the world grieves his loss, we remember him and his legacy, and we are richer for it. We know from his example how life-giving volunteering can be, how making a difference with no interest for yourself, but to simply help others, actually does help you. Volunteering is self-serving, because even as you reach out to help others, you are the one that ends up receiving the support and help. Because even as you show up to help others, you are enriched as you have opportunity to rub shoulders with other people, to laugh and work hard, get something done together with other people. It feels good. It's good for us. And so, as Jimmy Carter, his faith was so important to him, and he has now gone to meet his maker. Think about how his life can inspire us to help, to pursue justice, to be honest, to make relationships important, to know that stuff is less valuable than it is to meet people, look them in the eye, and do what you can to make a difference. Take care, friend.